He officially resigns at midnight tonight.
Oh, okay, cool.
All right, sir, you're on.
Okay. Well, it is 6 o'clock, shall we? Okay. All right. I'm going to go ahead and bring our city council meeting to order for this Monday, February 24th, 2025. Let's go ahead and do the Pledge of Allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Nice to see the other flag flying back up there too.
Okay. If we have Counselor Winther. Oh, no, there is. Ha. Speaking, he shall appear. All right. Excellent. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do roll call real quick. Counselor Lindner.
Here.
Counselor Cuthbertson.
Here.
Counselor Myers.
Here.
Counselor Williams.
Here.
Counselor Winther.
Here.
Excellent. Thank you. Okay. Let's see. We'll go ahead and dive right in. Can I get a counselor to read 2.1 before we do public comments? Would you like to read it?
Sure.
Great. Thank you.
The public comment period is designed to gain input from the public. Public comment is not intended to be a dialogue between the council, staff, and any person making a comment. Any person who raises a question during public comment should rest assured that the city staff is making a note of your question, and the council and staff will work together to identify the appropriate city official to follow up with you directly.
Thank you. All right. Do we have any public comments this evening? Why don't you go ahead and come on up and we'll turn a microphone on for you and then we'll have you identify yourself. Thank you, Steve.
You're welcome.
Hi,
Hi there.
I'm Michelle Bovier Emmett, and I am a member of the South Benton Firewise Committee.
Oh, okay.
And on Saturday, March 29th, the South Benton Firewise Committee will be hosting an event at the Alpine Community Center. The purpose of this event are inform rural landowners about programs available to them to help reduce their vulnerability to wildfire, including grants that will help pay for fuel reduction work. Encourage them to subscribe to the Lynn Benton Alerts emergency notification system. Give them an opportunity to sign up with the Monroe Rural Fire Protection District to participate in the home assessment program. Meet local first responders and tour the fire station. Express our appreciation for the service of our first responders. And obtain materials that will help them to prepare for fire season, including creating emergency go kits, evacuation procedures, and general information about emergency services. Some of those are the things that I've passed around. Also create an opportunity for socializing with other rural landowners and community members. All are welcome at the event. A free lunch will be served, and there will be a presentation by Chief Barnes, followed by a panel discussion and Q&A, provided there is no fire call out.
Right, of course.
And if there is, we'll have the opportunity to watch our first responders respond.
Yes.
Can you share again the date, Saturday, June 29th,
March
March 20th?
29th.
Thank you.
Wonderful.
I noticed also that there's an event, I think it's coming up this weekend. I think it sent it to you for preparedness that's happening at the Long Tom Grange. Are you guys going to be at that as well?
I wasn't aware of it.
Okay. I'll try to get you that information.
Okay.
So it might be another good opportunity for you to be
Pass
able
around
to
some more.
share some more. Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
Thank
Any
you.
questions?
Right.
Thank you.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank
very
you.
much.
Thank you so much.
Important topic.
To the record.
Okay. Any other comment or public comments? There we go. Come on over, John.
Thank you. Thank you for your time. This is appropriate in a public comment period, but I wanted to kind of clarify and go over some statements made at the last working session just to make sure there's clarity and ongoing trust. These comments were made about 1135 work and my role with that group. And to be honest, I was taken kind of by surprise and unexpected. And the best I could do was to apologize if there's any assumption of whatever, and take full responsibility for that. But I did have time to go back and look at minutes and look at notes and try to figure out what the implications, the concerns were. And I think since it was a public meeting, it's on the public record. I don't know what will be in the minutes, but there's a need to kind of respond and clarify for the council, as we move forward. So it was a couple comments were made. And I think the first item was possibly some inappropriate public meeting law stuff. Okay, so to touch on those points, first, this was not a subcommittee that was concerned as a working group. That's kind of important to keep in mind when you're looking at this. It was a working group with a very, very specific goal, which was based on the city council's recommendation for a public outreach thing. The goal of that group was to build visuals and a format for that public outreach meeting. The working group was really commissioned to rely solely on existing material that the advisory committee had pulled together and had already vetted with you and with the advisory committee. There's no new work undertaken in any way. There were 4 people that signed up from the advisory group to participate in that, me being one of those. We were able to entice Commissioner Nielsen to join us because, as you all know, I'm the narrative guy and Commissioner Nielsen is the visual guy, and this is a visual presentation, so we're very thankful we could join in that. I checked back and emails went out to all 4 people who signed up for that working group every time we had a meeting. Not everybody could attend, a lot of busy schedules. Once we got through the planning and kind of the overall idea, we were able to sit down with Commissioner Thielsen and start creating the visuals and the format for that meeting. Before I shared that material back to the working group and advisory committee and hence to the city council, we met with the Longtown Watershed Council and with Elliott, shared that material with Elliott. I want to make sure everything in there was accurate as far as our partners were concerned. Before I shared it, I didn't have to go back and change things and come back. One of those meetings took place locally in town. That was not a working group meeting. It was myself and the Longtown Watershed folks and Commissioner Thielsen to go over the material to make sure it was accurate before it was vetted by everybody. I mean, at that meeting, I think there were other people in there, and there may have been some misunderstanding of what the purpose of that meeting was. Okay, it was not a working group meeting. It was the working group was a working group with a very specific order, no new business, and was everything that was produced by that working group was going to be vetted and shared by the advisory committee and then back to the city council. My understanding in 2023 that exempted from public meeting law, and not that I'm trying to skirt anything, it's just that I considered that and it seemed very clear that it was a very focused working group. So I want to clarify that to make sure there's no, if I ever do, or any of us ever do get miscued on the meetings, we stand to be corrected, and I hope we do that. A second comment was made about balance, and this really, I'm still quite confused by that. The working group and the advisory committee has, I think, took their work very seriously. The goal of the working group, the goal of the advisory committee was to look carefully at the process and the work of the Army Corps, share that information and process with the city council so you were well informed, look at key concerns that came up. And so the goal was to be thorough and complete. At the end of every advisory committee meeting, I stopped and said, is there any more information required on this subject? Are there any things we're missing? In fact, I came here and asked this group, are there anything we're missing? Do you need any more information? we can go back and go to work. So thorough and complete, I think, is terms that can be used or criticized. But I just want to make sure, because there's a lot of work to be done in the next few weeks. I mean, a lot of really important decisions have to be made by this group. And I would just want to make sure there's clear trust and clarity about that information as it comes forward. And again, if there's any concern, please let us know. We want to address those and take those with all seriousness. So I just want to make sure that's out on the table, public meeting, public record. And I'm just trying to, now that I have my head back on and can consider, think about this a little bit, I want to make sure I took a minute to clarify that. And it's all meant in positive, good working relationships as we go forward. I did share this kind of information with Steve, with the city administrator and the mayor beforehand, just so we have that available as well. I don't know if it's on the agenda, I haven't looked. I can provide a quick update later about kind of some information.
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll wait till a little bit later and do that.
Taking Councilperson Cuthbert's advice, I'll be here for the next few weeks at any time if you need any more updates.
Okay.
Thank
you,
Thanks
sir.
for your time.
Any other public comments this evening? Okay, we're gonna wrap it up then, and we're gonna move on. So we've got staff reports and we've got, well, we don't have the sheriff, but it looks like we have Sheriff's Deputy Duffett here. Yes.
Yep, you're correct about it. That's
All right,
That's me.
excellent.
I'm here whenever my turn is.
So we've got the report. I didn't know if you wanted to add anything to it before we look at it.
Are you talking about the monthly report for us?
Yes, sir.
Nope, you have the report. Looks like about 50, around under 55 hours. Nothing too unusual to report. The reason I'm here today is the sheriff was actually got busy with some other things. Wasn't able to make it. I had one of our patrol sergeants who was planning on coming down there today, and we got really wrapped up in a lot of down tree calls and down power line calls, and all of our people are out dealing with those. So I wanted to
Understood.
get on this meeting and represent the sheriff's office today, and
Right.
I'm here for any questions. But as for us, it was pretty business as usual during the month of January.
Okay. All right. Any questions?
I wanted to say that I saw the speed limit thing on Territorial this morning when I was walking the dogs. Thank you for putting that there. The thing that tells people that
Yeah.
they're going more than 35.
Yep, no problem.
toddler.
And if you, we're always looking for other places for that too. So if, and we know that's a good place for it, but if there's any other suggestions that, would have a maximum impact that we can put on our list of areas that we can deploy that, definitely let me know or let the sheriff know, because we'd like to be able
Orchard
to
track.
get
Yeah,
that in
Orchard would be
right
great.
places. Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
no,
Yeah, we got Orchard in
Yep.
the room, and I'm pretty sure Counselor Cuthbertson would love to have Territorial continue.
Oh, yeah, as much as you want to. And if you want to be out there to cite any of those going well over that, you're welcome to be out there anytime.
Yeah, nope.
By the high
No
school,
problem.
yes.
And it definitely is it's a tool that we can adjust fairly easily too, so it doesn't just turn into a game of high speed. It'll just give that warning sign, and it also collects data on there too, so we can kind of go back and see
Right.
times and
Right.
try to address some of those things. So I'm sure you know that, but it's just one of those things to address. And yeah, I'd be happy to move it on to Orchard and any other place that you guys see as an area we should focus on too.
Great.
Thank you. I just have one quick question, and it's maybe more of a comment. I noticed on the tallies for under arrest on the site and the custody, it looks like I'm not seeing where we have 4 sites or 1 custody. Am I missing that?
Nothing in the column.
Well, I don't know. I didn't study this fully, so I can't look at it. There's a possibility that stuff isn't correctly
Okay.
uploading on that. If it is it something that's in the narrative but not meeting the categories?
Yeah, it looks like there were 4 sites, but I'm not seeing any sites under the arrest column.
Okay, I see.
Okay, so I guess the citations under arrest would be just and I might be saying something you already know. But the arrest under the citation column would be just citing for a crime, and then the citations under traffic are for any of the traffic citations,
Okay,
if that makes sense.
it does. Yeah,
So
I mean,
the 4 citations under the arrests look like they would relate to kind of the bottom of the list. There was a disorderly conduct where 2 people were cited for disorderly conduct, and then there's looks like a cite for the looks like a harassment, and then
okay.
one for a warrant arrest. Those are all criminal cites, and then any other of the under the traffic cites are, let's see.
Yeah, those look,
Looks like
those, I
there's
can
a
see
few
where
of those
those
as
are
well.
coming
Yeah.
from. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay, well, thank you for the explanation. I appreciate it.
Yep.
Any other questions, comments?
Yeah. Thank you for what you do.
Yep, thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
Yep. And any other issues that you see at any other month. And for those who don't know me, I'm the patrol captain. So I'm in charge of our day-to-day patrol functions for the sheriff's office too. So any other comments, good or bad, or things that, you could see that we could do better or address more effectively, can be funneled my way too. And the best we can serve you is what we're trying to do.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep.
Have a good evening.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next up, we have the city administrator's report.
Well, thank you. Since I think a lot of what I have a lot of talking tonight, so instead of trying to wrap those up in a report, we'll just report on those as we move along.
Okay.
What I will say is that this last month has gone by incredibly quickly. I'm not sure how we got to another city council meeting. Staff, this last month has been, from my end of it, it's been spent doing a lot of mentoring and training with our new administrative assistant and finishing up. I'm really now just mentoring our utility one, who has really taken to the water plant, as I mentioned to you last time, but I'm incredibly pleased that I have a person who finally is here that can feels not just comfortable, but excited about water as much as I have been.
Yeah.
So that's really good. The downside of that for us is that we'll get into is, as I've mentioned, 40% of my salary comes from 2 proprietary funds. And those are water and sewer. And so as I exit out of having operational control of those areas, it stands to reason that my percentage of time in those areas, therefore salary, also is reduced as well. So that not only just impacts myself, but it also impacts anyone you wish to hire, because at this point, if 60%, for instance, which comes out of general administration, which is our general funds, which is really the only fund the city has available to it, that's not restricted in some way, shape, or form, that would be a salary of around $60,000 a year. So the challenge at this point is to find additional funding or come up with alternatives for how this might work. So right now you have a half-time salary, whether, but to go up to where I am currently, you would need to have a footprint really within that, within the public works area. So I've been struggling with that. That's been a huge part of my time the last few weeks, as to how to make that work. In my discussion with our check-in, the mayor and I check in periodically. This brings us back full circle to 2018, when this was an issue with my predecessor. How do you fund that position when that position doesn't have a footprint in public works? And so that's the struggle. It's, as you will see a little later here, the auditor basically said proprietary funds are proprietary funds, keep them separate. So that is where we're at, is how do we make up that difference? And how do we move forward with all the good works the city has done? But by the same token, it really is your general fund, and your general fund only comes from property taxes. So it doesn't come, in other words, the water, sewer, storm, streets, all of those have to be directed towards those activities. So you're limited without raising taxes or coming up with another source of funds as to how to fully fund this position the way I think that you'd like to. So that's been a concern. I think that really to look at this and open it up, we really do need a budget committee meeting, not just from that, we talked about supplemental, but supplementals are different. Supplementals are just basically saying, I have an expense more than I have here, and I have some money over here. We need to make it all work,
Okay.
right? It isn't about finding extra money. Our system is, the analysis that I just completed a few hours ago is that the amount of revenue that we're bringing in matches up pretty much with our expenses. I mean, up to this point, up to the end of January. So we're not overspending anything. By the same token, the margins are very slim, a few $1,000s.
Mhm.
And that in a budget of over, when you have a cash account over 2 million, few $1,000s is really nothing. It's
Mhm.
very, very, very slim. So we are just operating. We don't have any extra. And that's really how it's always been. I'm not going to say this is anything dramatic. The
Mhm.
city's been struggling with this. I think Councilor Myers and
Yeah.
Councilor Cuthbertson, Mayor Sheets, those that have been in the system and watching, this is not a new topic at all. We struggle with making things work. Councilor.
Clarifying question, can the percentage of time that you spend supervising the utility workers be attributed to that budget?
Not 40%, maybe a small portion of it. And you have asked the question that was asked 6 years ago.
Okay,
Okay. And what happens is that, yes, but then what happens is that money gets taken. See, my 40% was because we only had 2 people, myself and Mark. So I filled in for an essential person that we didn't hire. So now we have a second person that's filling in that spot, and now
Yeah.
is becoming fully trained and, is signed off to operate the water plant. You can't pay for 3. We don't have money for 3 people.
they're working autonomously.
They're working autonomously on that. My role now is general supervision,
Okay,
right? I'm just the supervisor, even though I do have that experience.
right. It's not your role anymore.
It's not, I don't have what I call a footprint within that fund any longer. So yes, you could probably take a few percent, 5% or something of that, but not 40%.
Okay,
That's really it. And that's the struggle. That is exactly the question that was asked in 2017 and 18.
okay,
That's how do we make this work?
got it. Thank you.
So
So,
we will hit the supplemental, we'll hit other things, but that has been my activities
Mhm.
this last month.
Yeah.
Is to try to help figure this out, bring some clarity, if you will, to what the situation is.
thank you.
Okay. Well, with that, let's plow forward, shall we? This will come up again.
Yes, we have several things in here that are
Yes.
related.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and go to the consent agenda. The following items are considered to be routine and will be enacted by one motion. There will be no separate discussion of these items unless a council member so requests, in which case the item will be removed from the consent agenda and considered separately. If any item involves a potential conflict of interest, council members should so note before adoption of the consent agenda. A motion to accept the consent agenda is appropriate.
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda from the last meeting.
I'll second that.
Okay, we got a first and a second. Any questions or comments? Anybody need more time?
Do I need to rephrase it as approval of bills, financials and minutes, or is consent agenda okay?
I think consent agenda is fine. Yeah.
I'm ready.
Okay,
I'm good.
okay. All right, we're gonna go ahead and vote. Counselor Winther,
Yes.
Counselor Williams,
Yes.
Counselor Myers,
Yes.
Counselor Cuthbertson,
Yes.
and Counselor Lindner.
Yes.
Great, thank you. Okay, moving on to new business. We are to resolution 2025-07, authorization to use probably the use of building reserve funds for the reader building removal.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Yep.
And I will add, we have one additional resolution this evening that I've handed out that
Oh.
just came across my desk on Friday.
Mhm.
And so if you approve, add that to the agenda.
Okay, I do approve, that's fine. All right,
So 07 is basically, this is our reader building. Now, I apologize. I've looked in our references. Is this spelled REEDER or READER?
don't know, I was like.
I
how
have
do
a
we
letter
spell-
from a Mr. Reader from a long time ago that I
Yeah.
found.
Yeah,
So I apologize if it's REEDER to anyone who's listening.
Myers, do you recall?
No, I always thought it was READER.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't either.
Yeah.
So, but that's how I did, because I actually have a letter from way back when.
Okay,
So.
we'll
call
just
it-
stick
call
with
it
that for now until corrected otherwise.
So essentially what this is we have bids to demolish it.
Mhm.
Mr. Nelson of Harrisburg came in with the low bid for that, for both the destruction, removal and all that of the whole complex. We also had a bid with this for asbestos. We are required to have an asbestos. We require that, the state requires it, just to make sure that they don't throw any of that into the air. And so this will get the land completely prepped and ready for a modular unit.
Okay,
So that's what 2025-07 does.
so about 12,000 for the demolition itself. Surveys 442, property surveys 1850, and then some contingencies built in.
Right, 11,790, 442 is the low bid for that.
Okay.
Property surveys 1850, that's been done by, we noted on the survey that the back fence, whoever put that in,
Mhm.
is actually 5 foot on our side, not 5 foot on the other. It should be 5 foot back. Those
Okay.
property lines are not, and
Okay.
as North Star told us, well, welcome to Monroe. That's just how the property lines are down here. We do use North Star because they have a lot of experience with these weird property lines and have that background that help us
Mhm.
figure things out. And then there's $500 for contingency.
Okay.
But we don't think that that's an issue. We think that what you see there is, those are hard numbers.
Okay.
It looks like there was a possibility of trading the Tiger mower for a lower cost. We decided not to go with that one.
We decided not to because that opens up some doors in public funds into transparency
Okay.
of doing, what they really want us to do is put it out on bid at public auction. And so when you start doing that, it gets those things of backdoor deals, and we didn't want to go down there.
Yeah, as a city, that's not a good idea.
Okay. Any other comments, questions regarding the bid?
And we're sure we've got this in the budget and it'll be okay and it's not gonna hurt us for anything else
It's not-
possibly upcoming.
We're pulling this from our building reserve and not
Okay.
from our operational budget.
Okay, good.
So yes, you are depleting your building reserve. And there is that I can see, there is very little funds going into the building reserve. We just don't have the money to do that. So whatever we use out of building reserve, is out of building reserve. It will
How
deplete it.
much will be left after we do this?
With the entire process, zero.
Okay. All right then.
You,
And that's just the removal. That's not putting the new,
no, that includes the whole thing, including the modular unit and all
Okay.
that.
And that's
Okay.
what the building reserve is for.
Right.
Yeah.
It's for maintaining and fixing or replacing
Sort of thing,
buildings.
right. We're
Good.
trading, going into next year with there will be some money available to start putting back into building reserve from some of the monies that we use from library.
Okay.
So that's the hope, and that'll be part of the supplemental as well, is to make sure that we can put those monies back in there.
Okay. Any other questions? I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion that we accept resolution number 2025-07, a resolution authorizing the use of funds for demolition of the city building known as the Reader Building.
I'll second.
Okay. All right. Any other comments or questions regarding this resolution? Okay. Let's go ahead and vote then. Counselor Lindner.
Yes.
Counselor Cuthbertson.
yes.
Counselor Myers.
Yes.
Counselor Williams.
Yes.
And then Counselor Winther.
Yes.
Great, thank you. All right, moving on to resolution 2025-08, authorization to use street reserve funds for manhole repair on Fifth Street. If I could spit that out, we'd be in great shape.
Here we go. So this is the manhole that everyone tries to avoid just as you're leaving town going north. ODOT wants us to fix it. And we argued, we talked, and we were told by competent authorities, fix it.
And it was their resurfacing that caused the issue?
Yeah, well, no, it's actually sunk.
Oh, it sank.
Yeah,
Okay.
it sank. It was flush and it sank. And so those issues are considered those utilities are considered city utilities. I will say we put a good fight up. But ODOT was very nice and very kind, but insistent. And so we double checked and
Did our whole pipe system over there sink?
we checked it and and we believe, yes, that's part of the problem is that but we also think that part of the riser that was put on there was not correct. So when you set those in place, you get it up as close as you can, make it flush. But over time, let's say you repave,
Right.
okay? You'll have a 2 to 4 inch, you can buy them in different, they're just circles, they're just called risers. And you stick those on top of the existing manhole, put your cover on top of that. It does not appear that happened. It appeared that they put some concrete around it and then put the manhole cover on top of that, which of course that concrete doesn't do very well.
Mm-mm.
And they should have put a riser on there. And so that's what appeared to have happened. The same thing happened over on the Dairy Mart area when we repaired those
Right.
storm drains. Same issue. It was over there. They just simply were not set correctly. So we're going to go out in the middle of the road, or H&J will go out in the middle of the road. We just simply can't do that. We don't have the resources to be out in the middle of the road cutting and doing that.
I presume they're going to be doing daytime hours, right?
Yes.
And do we have any kind of bypass for traffic?
At this point, what they'll do is they will have flaggers
One lane?
and they'll do one lane.
Okay.
And they're going to basically mobilize so that when they do it, they can get it, they'll
It'll be
move off
done.
to the side, prep it, move out into the middle street, do it and get out.
Any idea how long it'll take them
Yeah.
to
They
do it?
believe it's a 2-hour job.
Oh,
Okay.
No,
that's-
okay.
And it's not going to be around school hours where they're getting in and out?
That's what we said. Let's make sure that it's not early in the morning.
In the morning
and nor
commute.
Between 3 or
Lunch.
5 in the afternoon.
Right.
They're aware that probably the sweet spot is either between 10 and noon and,
Oh,
1
wow.
and 3, and that's about where you're at.
Okay.
Yeah, if it's 1 and 3, it's got to be done before 3.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because by 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
it's- you're-
Mayhem.
you're
Yes.
done. And during lunch hour, you have a lot of traffic going back and forth, as
Right.
we all know.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I'm gonna try and hit that sweet spot and get it done. And now they're gonna do a diamond cut on it, which is the better cut for that type of work. Put a riser in, repair it, fill it back in with asphalt, not with
Mhm.
concrete,
Right.
and
Yeah.
we'll be done.
That hourly rate, oof, $2,225.
Yeah.
I mean,
A
that's
lot
what
of
it
that
is.
the-
It
a
is,
lot of
yeah,
that
so
goes into
many
the flagging.
People, yeah.
Ah, I was okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
You don't
Yeah.
want
Yeah.
safety
Yeah,
stuff.
they have to, yeah.
Yeah, they've gotta
being
be
in the middle of
safe.
the
That's
road
not like
is.
for one guy, that's like
Yeah.
for all the
I
guys.
was gonna say, I'm in the wrong business.
I know.
What they will do is they will have a crew of 6 people there,
Wow.
not including the flaggers.
Got it.
Okay.
And
Because
they
we're
will
gonna have
move
to-
in, move out, and be done.
Right.
We're
Yeah,
not gonna have to have any confined space issue, anybody going down.
We don't think so. We've already checked it and it appears as though it just wasn't properly done to begin with. They feel they can come in and cut it out, put a riser in,
So they don't have to enter.
enter it, and do that
That's
right.
good.
If they do, they are fully confined space.
Yeah.
H&J does all of our emergency work here.
Hmm.
So
Okay, I'm entertaining a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve resolution number 2025-08, a resolution authorizing use of funds for street repair.
I'll second.
Okay. Any other comments or questions before we vote? Okay. All right, Counselor Winther, you're up first.
Yes.
Counselor Williams,
Yes.
Counselor Myers,
Yes.
Counselor Cuthbertson,
Yes.
and Counselor Lindner.
Yes.
Great, thank you. All right, what is next? Okay, review memorandum of understanding for the SBCEA for library services until June 30th, 2025. We have that in front of us. Right here.
yes, that's a separate document.
Yep.
This is separate. The quick claim deed for this came in the mail this morning.
Awesome.
Okay, got it.
I got it all together for you.
All right. So it includes janitorial services,
Yes, sir.
because the audience is probably really excited to watch us read.
Yes.
So yes, would you like me to just give you a quick overview?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, I
Mr.
think
Mayor,
that'd
I'd be happy to.
Thank you.
I'm sorry. Yes, you're right. So what we're doing is the city agrees to provide basic janitorial services for the library building, which includes the basics that we currently already do, which is sweeping and mopping of common floor areas as required. The common floor areas, that long hallway and the lobby area, that's what we call common. Basic dusting of areas reachable without ladders or stools. So we're not going up into anything high with this. The restrooms, periodic vacuuming of carpeted areas, primarily the entrance areas to the main library, and staff areas. Trash removal from the bins, but we don't remove cardboard boxes. We just,
Mhm.
we remove the trash that are in the things there. And general cleaning of meeting rooms. Then in addition to janitorial services, the city shall be responsible for the utility payments, payment management of all necessary utilities associated with the building up through January 30th. Alarm service, required inspections, which at this point I believe are all completed.
Oh.
For that, that's the required inspections for that are your backflow devices and your fire sprinklers. Those are all required inspections. And fire extinguishers. We will do minor maintenance such as, and by example, gutter cleaning, HVAC filters. We have HVAC filters still available to us. And then light bulb replacement for those that we don't have to get more than an 8-foot ladder. So in other words, we're not doing the ones that are way up there at the very top.
Oh,
Those have been problematic from day one. I don't think anyone uses those, which is unfortunate. I did let Mr. Irwin know that Energy Trust Oregon is right now is offering free cold fluorescent lights, CFLs, to LEDs, because the state of Oregon is banning CFLs as of end of June of this year. So to make sure, and they'll do that free. So that's something they should take advantage of.
Definitely.
We also agree that other services may be contracted on a cost basis with the city of Monroe. They have asked if there's situations where if they need
Yeah.
public work staff and we have availability, that we would provide that at cost. They would pay us to do that.
Did we agree on a rate for that? Or would it just be, I mean, like, would it be by the hour for the utility worker, or does it
Yes,
really
at the
just?
moment, we do have an established rate of $90 an hour.
Okay, got it.
The duration is remain in effect until June 30th of 2025, unless it's extended by mutual agreement, but I believe that is what we wanted to do.
Mhm, that's correct.
City of Monroe will do its things. The SBCEA will cooperate, make sure we have access to the building, which we do. There's no issue there. Promptly inform the city of any issues or needed repairs beyond the scope, so that we're not caught in any issues or miscommunications. Provide us feedback, which they do, in case something's missed or they're concerned about something. And then I'm asking them to provide guidelines for use of meeting rooms, including requirements for returning rooms to the original state prior to use. The reason for that is because we're kind of in a middle limbo state with the city of Corvallis's library services and ourselves. And we just want to make sure that there's communication. In other words, things go exactly the way they have been, where there is an expectation that the rooms get returned to their prior state, so that our staff aren't spending 12 hours cleaning up a mess, which again, this is what has been going on. There's been nothing that we noticed or Ron has told us anything has been unusual or extraordinary. So I just want to, and I don't expect that to occur in the next 4 months. The rest of this is the usual boilerplate, general purpose boilerplate, modifications, termination, dispute resolution, and usual miscellaneous and signatures. So that's in essence. It's very simple. It's not we're not, is it what I believe we've all talked about, and at least in an oral agreement, thought that this is what was appropriate through the end of June.
And through the end of June, so we're in this agreement, and then on July 1st, the building becomes theirs solely to operate and maintain. We're
maintain,
just
right.
providing this service for a few months until they're kind of on their feet, and then it becomes their responsibility.
Exactly. And
okay.
and the reason why we have the MOU is because the second part of this is the statutory quitclaim deed, which our lawyer prepared for us to turn the building over back to them.
Awesome.
So the MOU allows us to continue our work in the building while the ownership of the building transfers back to the SBCEA.
Great.
So so their insurance kicks in. We're no longer liable for those things. We're strictly maintenance and then helping to pay the utilities until June.
Right,
End of June.
per
June.
the MO, per this, what I just read, exactly. So there's no, and they do have insurance. They have
Great.
secured insurance for this. Our insurance, of course, is still, we paid for it. So as we noted, that is as soon as this quitclaim deed is done and filed, CIS will cancel that insurance with Pacific Hometown.
Okay.
So we're done in that respect.
Great. I mean, I think that this served everyone's desires outcome wise. I know that the SBCEA was really interested in having ownership of the building again, or that was what I interpreted.
Yes.
I think this is a win-win for everybody.
It seems like this is a nice resolution to what initially appeared to be a very contentious and dead end.
Yeah.
No-win situation for anybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this turned out to be, I think, a good win-win.
Yeah. For everybody.
So does SBCEA need to review this before we approve it?
Yes, they do.
Okay.
And so I will give it to, as long, at this point, we've already passed a resolution stating that we're going to do this. this you wanted to see before we sent to SBCEA.
Mhm.
So at this point, if there's any changes or anything, it's on, you know, if you see anything needs to be changed with this before it gets sent on to Mr. Urban, then he will sign it, then we'll sign it. And
Do you need an approval vote, basically to document that we all agree
I
to
think
it?
that would be probably appropriate that you, this is not a resolution, but it is a council approval that you see this and you wish us to proceed with signatures and the completion of this MOU.
Okay, I'll make a motion that we agree to this memorandum of understanding between the city of Monroe and South Benton Community Enhancement Association for library maintenance services as presented to us. That what we're doing is presenting this to the SBCEA for their feedback and hopefully approval.
I'll second, but I'm looking forward to the discussion piece because I have a thought about it.
Well, here we are. We're in the
Okay.
discussion piece now.
Discussion piece. So I wonder if we might be able to still provide other services on a contracted basis if they need it. I don't want them to be up a creek after June 30th. I mean, maybe they could hire some third-party contractor in the valley, but if we've already developed this relationship with them, granted, we don't really have the bandwidth to provide ad hoc utility care, but maybe once in a while, if they're like, hey, we've got this backed up toilet, we really need help. Can we still provide
That would be,
assistance?
I really don't see an issue with that. I
Okay.
think that if we're going to ongoing, we can certainly, and this becomes something that they desire.
If they want it.
If
Yeah.
they want to, then I think the city can enter into a standalone agreement to provide contract
yeah, I
services.
would think that would be a new one, a new memorandum.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Got it.
I mean, it's a great idea,
Mhm.
but I mean, and this does say that we can extend it, but
The menu, I think I see what you're saying. July 1st could be, we could discuss
Would
that
be like a
separately.
new
Okay.
MOU.
yeah,
Basically just like a professional services agreement.
Okay.
Where you say,
Right.
you know, for this, we agree to provide these services. Here's the cost of those. You agree that
If you want them.
if you want
Yeah.
them, you agree that, you know, this is at city's bandwidth, if you will.
Right.
You know, at our discretion.
yeah,
Yeah.
we'd have to have terms for scheduling and things like that.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly, that we
Okay.
will, so, you know, that would be the separate agreement. At this point, we're trying to be helpful.
Yeah.
Right.
Perfect.
And I think too, we need to be a little bit careful that we don't end up being like a contractor service going down the road as well.
Yeah.
Because that's not, and then if we provide it for one business or one nonprofit, then what about this other one that needs it?
Yeah.
And so I think we just need to be careful, only because we only have a few people. We don't,
Two
and
utility workers.
yeah,
that's it.
and we've got a lot of city work that needs to be done. So
Quite a bit.
watching where our,
Yes.
yeah.
Now they have to go do the grade school.
At this point, I do have Ron Pocket,
Okay.
and that fills in, but after June 30th, I don't.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's
Right.
the other point. I can't afford to do that right now
Yeah.
because I
Right.
have that extra bandwidth
Right.
to help out with those things, but after that point, I don't have it. So,
Yeah.
Right.
and the city needs those utility workers to
Mhm.
focus on other activities.
Definitely. Thanks for the discussion.
All right, we've got a first and a second. We've discussed. We ready to vote?
Yes.
Okay. Counselor Lindner.
Yes.
Counselor Cuthbertson.
Yes.
Okay. Counselor Myers.
Yes. Yes.
Counselor Williams.
Yes.
Counselor Winter.
I think we lost him. Oh, no, he's there.
Still there.
He's on mute.
Counselor Winter.
Yes. Yes, please. Sorry,
Okay.
the mute button disappeared.
That's all right. No worries. Thank you. Okay, very good. All right, let's move on. Let's see. So I'm assuming the quick claim is part of this, so we can go ahead and move
Yes,
forward.
or we can move forward with that.
Okay, so we've got the review, the franchise agreement for Spectrum Charter Communications next on the agenda.
So this is, you had a presentation last meeting from saying that they're coming through town. They would be willing to, basically at no cost to the city, put in their fiber optics. What they provide is a full spectrum of services, including cable, television, streaming services, all of that. It is something that they are willing to put in, and if people wish to use it, they can sign up. If not, they don't. So, of course, the devil is always in the details. We know that. We do have a franchise agreement with Monroetel for telephone services and internet. It is a non-exclusive agreement. These can be complementary in many ways. Folks can say what they have. I'm sure that all the homes with dish antennas might feel that this might be a better service if they get cable to their houses for that purpose rather than dish antennas. I don't know. I've had all of the above. I like cable better than dish, but that's okay. It worked too. So the question at this point is, would you like to move ahead with entertaining a franchise? This is not a committal to do it. At the next step would be that the franchise agreement has to be written up. As the gentleman mentioned, they have armies of attorneys that review these things. I smile. My entry into government was as the cable commissioner when TCI Cable put fiber optics into Corvallis. So I did both Corvallis and Albany. I was the commish. So I learned all about cable and franchise agreements. However, at that point, it needs to come back to you for discussion. Probably, I would say public feedback and
Yes.
approval. But at this point, if you're not interested, that's fine. If you are, then we start the process. They of course have boilerplates. I do too. And we will give them what we have that is consistent with our franchise agreements and our ordinances that we have with Monroetel.
I support exploring.
Yeah, I do too.
Certainly.
The one thing I'd like to kind of answer the question in my mind is that they'll bring it through, we can give them a franchise, but the connections don't have to happen right away. There's no set period of saying, oh, you have to connect with us in 6 months
No.
or. Okay.
No, it is basically, they're gonna put the cable in town and then they will hook up as people ask for those services. Now, in some cases, what will happen is that they will bring it to a pole or to a point where they will then let's say Councilor Myers says, I want that cable, but it's over on 7th Street. So what they'll do is they'll need to bring it down Depot, that stub to your house.
My house.
So they would be coming to us and saying, we're gonna be digging, just as Monroetel does now.
Or down Pine and down
Right,
6. Yep.
right. Now, the other part of this is, I
Yeah.
just
go
wanted to add one thing. The franchise fees are about 5%. It's been capped though in recent years. I've learned that the rules and regulations have changed quite a bit from the 96 Telecommunications Act. However, we can request, and I will request, a public channel. This is called PEG, Public Education and Government. This was a big thing back when you could have television cameras and they would be required to provide a studio and all sorts of interesting things along with that. However, having the ability to stream council meetings on TV, on a channel, Monroe,
That'd be cool.
and also for the high school to be able to do the same thing it gives the high school students and government transparent. I mean, that's huge.
Yeah, that'd be
Yeah.
great.
That's huge. And they can do that. So that would be part of the franchise. What they would do is they would take part of that franchise fee to help pay for those extra channels, but it'd be like 1 or 2%. So,
Right.
but again, you're getting that's part of the negotiations, but you're getting some extra value
Yeah.
that would be really great for Monroe to have.
That's great. So just so I understand, since we don't know what the cost would be to residents have the option, they can stick with Monroetel if they prefer it. They are not obligated to
And
go with.
No, they're not. And they
Okay.
can stick with their dish antennas.
Okay, cool.
It just gives more
Option.
options
More
Yeah.
options,
for
more
people.
competition, better
Right.
pricing for us, I hope.
Hopefully.
So,
And they feel that at this point, they're coming through town. This is paid for.
Yeah.
keeps their staff employed.
They're going all the way up to
Yeah.
Newburgh?
Dallas.
Oh,
Dallas.
Dallas.
So Dallas is a fiber optics connection. It's actually part of a loop where two fiber optics networks
Oh,
intersect. There's it's actually operated by MyNet, Monroe something internet. And so they have that network up there. It also is part of the loop that the Southwest Oregon Research Corridor, which is the one that comes down Highway 99 that Monroe taps into,
Mhm.
that heads all the way down across Willamette Pass to Sprague River,
wow.
which is well, I actually have some property up that way, but it's in the middle of nowhere. Literally in the middle of nowhere. So, but that's where the CenturyTel link comes up, and that's what feeds the Googleplex, comes at the Googleplex from the Dalles
Uh-huh.
and feeds the Prineville's
Okay.
Okay.
Mhm.
The new one.
giant where Apple and, I
Mhm.
mean, they
Mhm.
have,
Right.
their
That's
buildings
huge.
combined are about twice as big as Monroe,
Mhm.
Yeah.
just the buildings.
And it hums at night. You can hear it.
Yes.
It's weird.
Yeah, it's very interesting out there.
And it glows.
Anyway,
from
so
space.
this
Can see
this
it.
connection will provides additional, actually more redundancy, not just for this network, but also for Peak,
Yeah,
Comcast, and Monroe Tel.
Mm.
cool.
So they're connecting another loop to this. So that's also good.
Yeah.
Official.
So I'm hearing the majority of council would like to
Yeah.
move
I
forward.
will
Yep.
contact them and we will start the negotiation process.
Thank you.
Okay.
It's exciting.
Again, you will have to approve the franchise.
Yeah.
That's our ordinance.
Yep.
So,
Let's go ahead and slide in resolution 2025-09. That's
okay.
resolution accepting audit findings in response to deficits noted in the audit.
So this audit is not this last year. It's actually the year before.
Okay.
Okay. And so it says two deficiencies. The first deficiency, I think is very obvious. That was the previous year's audit, right?
Mhm.
The second one is dealing with what we've been talking about, which is proprietary funds. We actually have been, whereas you know, the first thing we did was we moved our water system into its own enterprise fund so we could figure out what it cost a gallon of water.
Mhm.
We have then been moving things through that process. However, streets and stormwater cannot be in public works. They're
Okay.
proprietary funds. They cannot, they were in public works. The state does not like that. So they had to be moved. So we did, when you approved the budget this year, and they're all in their own separate funds, we're tracking them separately. In doing that, we had to make a huge amount of changes in our system. Coupled with the fact the auditor changed businesses, they went to a different company.
Yeah.
We had delays in that. I think Donna's done a fantastic job of coming up to speed on this, but she also, nothing like learning by trial by fire, I guess. We also dramatically improved how we coordinate our activities up front. And this is one reason why we have an administrative assistant, so that we can start with the low-level things by putting our checks, our transactions in by the administrative assistant, which is then has oversight of Dawn, which then comes to me for review and finally to you. So we now have 4 layers of work in the system, not just 2. This is one of the issues you come up with when you only have a few people there, is you don't have that level of looking at things twice to make sure that things happen correctly. The other part is we worked really hard with Springbrook to make sure that our journal entries go in the way we want them to go in, which again, this is fixing things going back to 2018, actually. Just making sure that the software works the way we want to. So in essence, we fixed the issue going forward. We fixed it completely as of June of this last year. And we have everything now into the auditor for this previous year's audit. And we expect that to go far smoother and in place. We actually have everything done ready to go. Dawn now has audit boxes all set up, so that everything is done and ready. We also have spent a huge amount of time scanning material in so that this material can go immediately and there's no delays. There's no trying to find it in boxes.
Right.
Well, that's nice.
someplace.
Good.
So this effort we started a few years ago, as you recall, with getting scanning has really paid off in
Great.
this year. So I feel that we've come a long way in making sure that our funds are the way they're supposed to be. The deficiency is that stormwater and streets, which receive funds that were dedicated to storm, and the streets gets money from the state of Oregon. And the state of Oregon wants those funds separated. They don't want them commingled.
Okay.
Even though we accounted for them correctly, they need to be in separate funds.
Great.
Okay.
So there you go.
Now we know.
Long and the short of it,
Okay.
or there's longer and the shorter of it.
All right. Entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve resolution number 2025-09, a resolution accepting audit findings and response to deficiencies noted in the audit.
A second.
Ooh, who's gonna gonna fight for
The
it?
race.
Any other comments or questions? No? Okay, let's go ahead and vote. Counselor Winther,
Yes.
Counselor Williams.
Yes.
Counselor Myers,
Yes.
Counselor Cuthbertson,
Yes.
and Counselor Lindner.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. All right, let's see. Next. This is a favorite topic. Cascades West Area Commission on Transportation Committee appointments. So we-
Otherwise known as.
CWAC.
CWAC, yes. Well, I was gonna put the acronym on the agenda and then like everybody be like, what the heck is that? So I went ahead and spelled it out.
Nice.
Anyway, we talked about this in work session. Currently, Counselor Cuthbertson is the primary. And Counselor Lindner, I believe you're the secondary. And so we need to actually appoint again. So I'm gonna let you people fight. No, I'm kidding. Because I think we actually need to tell them this week
We
who
do.
they
Yeah.
are. Otherwise, we're gonna get cut out of this process. So,
So we're gonna arm wrestle for it.
yeah, I'm gonna let you guys do.
Whoever wins.
We also need the COG person as well, I believe.
Right, for the
Or
board of
did we
directors.
Yeah,
Or we
Yeah.
kind of been lumping it together, haven't we?
we've been kind of lumping it.
Yeah, okay. So we do need a cog person too. So CWAC and cog. Okay,
I attended each and every one of those meetings.
Thank you.
I
Very
mean, when I
much.
was at the Council of Governments.
with cog, do we need to have a primary and a secondary as well?
Yeah, it's good to have a backup.
It's good to have a backup.
Okay.
It's good to, and the city administrator can also be backup for that as well, and that often
Right.
happens.
Okay,
So if the primary cannot attend, if you don't have a secondary, then the
Mhm.
city administrator can fill in.
so, yes.
Sorry.
go
Can you
ahead.
remind us of the commitment? Is it quarterly or?
I think it's quarterly, isn't it? Every 3 months?
Yes, and the first one is the 27th,
And are the meetings typically midday or
This month or next
evening?
month? Sorry,
this month.
this month.
Like,
Oh,
yeah,
boy.
like in a couple days.
Oh,
Let me,
boy.
I'm looking at it so I can tell you. It's from 5 to 7 at night.
Okay.
It
In Albany?
is a hybrid, so you can video, we use Teams. So you can use Teams or you can go and, I think it is in Albany this time.
Okay.
Sometimes they move it, but it appears that it's in Albany.
But it sounds like you can Teams, it. Instead of Zoom, you can Teams.
You can Teams.
Yeah. So you don't have to go up to Albany.
Yeah.
So there's
I
that.
am happy to remain the backup. I do not want to be the primary.
Okay, for
If that's
CWAC.
okay. Sorry to be like that, but that's how I am.
No, I understand. So the backup on CWAC.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. All points.
Unless somebody wants to fight me for it.
Right.
I'll be the backup to the backup, but I can't be the primary. I mean, yeah, my schedule won't allow for that.
That leaves me, huh?
Well, then there's also COG. Do we know how frequently is COG in the same meeting cycle?
Usually, and but it's been weird and I don't know. And we're just getting ready to do training again.
Mhm.
They just sent a thing out. So I don't know, but usually it's the 2 or 3 hours before that. So it's a nice 5-hour long afternoon.
Oh,
No
my.
commitment, no big
I
obligation.
thought our city council meetings are long. Anyway.
Yeah.
Is also quarterly?
I think so. It has been, it's just been so,
They used to be monthly,
right. And
but
it's,
then no
it's-
one was showing up.
it's been a lot lately. And I believe we're getting a new director as well, is the rumor I hear. So I don't even know what's going to happen after that, to be honest with you. If they're going to stay on the same schedule or what's going to happen.
Don't know,
And I
because the
believe I
CFCs
just got a thing saying we're supposed to have training
Mm.
coming up for that. So, you know, and I've been doing it because I think my schedule's probably the most flexible, but anybody else who would like to, that'd be great. And if not, that's okay. I mean, I can still do, but even if people are willing to do backup or take it once in a while, that's really awesome.
I can be backup for COG as well.
Okay.
Unless, it would be great if you wanted to be backup too.
Yeah,
Or
I
instead.
can, I can
for COG?
definitely.
Okay.
Okay, you want to be back up on COG?
Yep.
Okay.
So is it always like the third or fourth week?
Generally, yes.
That's helpful. Okay. For COGS,
Yes. I mean, it had been really set, but recently I don't know
It's
what
kinda up
has
in the
been
air.
going on because I don't know if I haven't been getting the notices for it, but I've been getting real sporadic notices for different stuff. So I've been a little frustrated with it, trying to figure out what's going on exactly.
Well, I could be the backup to the backup to the backup.
You got it.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I guess we can work as a team and
yeah.
if somebody has to go and fill in, I'm just looking at my schedule because
I know.
Well, and I could do a thing where if I get the notice, I say,
Yeah.
it's this week. If anybody's available, let me know. And if not, I'll just do it or Zoom it or team it. But if somebody else could take it or happens to be around, that'd be amazing.
I can definitely work with
Sounds good.
that.
Yeah, same.
Okay.
Thank you, Jeannie. Or thank you, Counselor Cuthbertson.
You're welcome.
All right, so Counselor Cuthbertson on primary for both CWAC and COG. Is that correct?
Yep.
Okay. But
then we'll just have a red line and call us down the line.
Yeah,
I promise we will. We'll pick up some slack so you won't.
it would be really
I
awesome.
know.
okay. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and appoint Counselor Cuthbertson to be primary for CWAC and for COG. And then Counselor Lindner to be secondary for CWAC. And then Counselor Williams as secondary on COG.
And can you ever have a second person with you go in person?
Absolutely.
Okay, so I mean, it might be worthwhile for,
Even if somebody wanted to go and tag along or
Tag along,
be
yeah.
part, yeah.
Cool.
I'll write you as the backup to the backup.
Yeah, because the more of us that kind of know what's going on, that's not the worst thing ever.
Mhm.
So, but we don't want to miss the opportunities because we have a seat on the board right now, which is kind of a big deal.
For,
Gives us a little more of a voice.
Hmm.
yes, for
And,
Little Monroe, yes.
yeah, and
Mhm.
it can be really hard because the big three run it all the time. And so if we want our issues to be heard
Gotta
and
fight them.
taken care of, we got to be there to
promise
squeak,
to work
squeak.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
thank you. I know I can't do the 27th this month, so, okay.
and what time's the 27th start?
CWAC is 5 to 7. And then there's supposed to be, like I said, the training for the COG one. But I don't remember off the top of my head. I'll look and see if I can
Yeah,
find
because
it.
3:00's hard.
They sent me something out, but then I don't know what happened
Feel
to
free
it.
to share with the entire
Come
group.
on.
Awesome.
Okay. You
Oh,
can
maybe it
include-
was League of Oregon. No, it wasn't.
That's
You can include me in that as well, just, you
Awesome.
know,
And
just in
the
case.
27th, the teams
Oh.
one this Thursday if you want. Or-
Yeah, if you want to attend it too. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, in addition to you.
Just
yeah.
so that you know, yes. Oh, and the Board of Directors orientation is March 17th and it's 3 hours and it starts at 9 in the morning.
Whoa.
That's
That
for a
one.
CWAC.
That is for COG.
Okay, and that's the 17th?
That is the
Yeah, in the
17th.
morning, yeah. March 9th, 17th.
Don't they realize people actually work too?
Yeah, and this is, what was that, March?
17th,
17th at 9 a.m.?
St.
That's a
Patrick's
Friday.
Day,
Yeah,
huh?
that's a Monday.
Yeah.
And where's that at?
Albany.
Albany.
Okay.
And I believe you have to be in person for that one because you get a big binder and you get all your stuff to read through and everything. And
Where's it at in Albany?
Presentations and a
it's
tour.
Queens Boulevard. Is that right? In
1400 Queens Avenue Southeast.
Queens Avenue. Yeah, southeast in Albany.
By time it or?
It's right, no, it's on, that's 34th. So Queen
Well, not
Avenue,
going-
yeah, you keep going down. Actually, you start there, but you go across railroad tracks, go across S turn, go down several blocks past the Little Caesars. And it's
Oh,
between
no.
Little Caesars and the next. traffic
Okay, a
light.
little later.
Yeah,
So I used to work on Jackson Street.
right. You're almost to Gary.
Okay. Thank you, Counselor Cuthbertson. Okay, moving on to, okay. I believe we still have 4 vacancies on the Budget Committee. Is that correct?
That is correct, sir.
Okay, I am declaring those Budget Committee seats as vacant and we need to fill them. So any assistance would be greatly appreciated.
And that those, some of those seats are available to residents, correct?
Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
if anybody here tonight wants to join the budget
And
committee, that'd be
Okay,
great.
what is our commitment for that, just so that they
Years.
know? I mean,
Every 6 weeks
Frequency.
ish?
right away, yeah.
Okay, so it's really, since we went to a biennial budget, it's really is a one-time every 2 years. However, as we will, my recommendation here shortly
Right.
is that the budget committee convene again
Mhm,
to discuss what we need to do in order to
Mhm.
reconcile
right.
and move forward, which means that the budget committee needs to meet. So I would suggest that it's at no more than once annually.
Okay.
And so this time would be a shorter period.
Mhm.
The one for the biennial budget would be
usually-
a little longer. So you would have the
Right.
same, probably 3 or 4 meetings
Mhm.
before it
Okay.
came to council again.
Okay.
Since the counselor who was the chair of the budget committee or co-chair, I guess, the budget and personnel committee is no longer on council, do we have somebody in the interim who is the budget chair? Does it default to the mayor or to Counselor Cuthbertson?
It could be anyone you wish.
When we can come together, then we appoint somebody at
Okay.
that time. Usually when
Okay.
everybody gets together, that's when we vote and decide who gets to
Great.
have that privilege.
Privilege.
Alrighty
We're
then.
trying to get people excited about this, you guys.
It's a
Oh,
privilege.
You were talking about pizza, right?
I'm pretty sure,
Pizza.
yeah.
We've had
we have-
breadsticks from Benny's
Yeah.
too.
We have
Pizza.
Yeah,
Budget?
yeah, we'll work on that. We'll
potluck.
see what's in the budget. Yep, yep, yep. Okay.
The budget will be the budget.
Yep. Okay, next up, I need to declare a park advisory committee vacancy as well. We had someone resign. So that is open as well. That is park advisory, I think is what, every 3 months? I think that's the,
That's what we've been doing, but
Okay.
coming up,
okay,
we may meet a few more times just because there's some ideas coming down the pike and there's some people that really want to do some volunteers. So I want to make sure that we can foster those opportunities for our volunteers to be able to do things.
alrighty.
Are any of them eligible for being on the committee?
Oh, I hope so. Fill out the paperwork, turn it in.
We'll talk. Right, okay. Next up, the same person that was on the Park Advisory Committee was also on the Economic Development Committee. So I have a vacancy on the Economic Development Committee as well. So,
I can join that.
okay, great.
And we're coming up on a meeting next month.
We are. All right, I'll put you down. So, Counselor Lindner down. Okay. And then next up, sadly, I accepted Counselor Winther's resignation from the city council, which will go into effect midnight tonight.
Mm.
So I am declaring another vacancy on the city council. Exciting times. Oh, and all of these vacancies I've discussed this evening will be advertised in social media. So, and we will make sure it's all available on the city website as well. Okay, so do we have our candidates? We have next on the agenda here, we have a interview set up for one of the city council vacancies. Is our candidate here ready to be interviewed? Come on down. There are interview questions in the back of the packet.
Perfect. We're very casual. We don't bite.
You're hearing all of this. I don't know. I'm kidding.
Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself and then we'll get started.
So my name is Brian Ray. I live at the most northern end part of town there on 8th Street. So I've lived in town for about 4 years now, I want to say. And before that, I used to have a place way out in Hell's Canyon and lived in Springfield for a while and then moved back. Went to high school in Junction City, so I've lived pretty much within an hour of this area my whole life.
Okay,
So
great. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and dive in. All right, so I'll do an introduction and then Counselor Williams is gonna start with the first question. So welcome, Brian. The Monroe City Council would like to thank you for taking the time to answer our questions regarding the current council vacancy. Your answers will help us get to know you better and determine if you're a good fit for the city council. For this interview, each one of the city councilors, including myself, will take a turn asking you a question until we've asked all 12 questions. If you have any time you need to take a break, a breather, a drink of water, let us know. But we promise not to totally, completely interrogate you.
this is probably not any much different than at where I work for interviewing. Trust me.
Be a little different.
I know.
Right.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay. All kidding aside, go ahead.
Okay. Well, thank you, first of all. First question is, can you please share a brief description of your background, including education and work experience?
Okay. Junction City High School. Work experience would be, well, I also have some education in, I went to 4 years of trade school apprenticeship, millwright. Took my state test, passed, got my card. That was paid for through where I currently work and appreciated. I currently work for a small company called International Paper
Oh, yeah.
and in Springfield. And I've been with them since 2007. And before that, I was a auto technician, ASC certified for about 12 years. Well, that's a long career. Obviously, little jobs here and there before that, but.
Okay.
Thank you.
It's a little bit of a drive down there.
Every day.
Yeah, every day. Yep, 42nd Street.
Yep.
Please tell us about your involvement in community or civic activities that you've done. Have you served on any other boards or committees? in the community?
Currently, when they have meetings.
Yep.
Is advisory on public works.
Okay,
As for civic activities, was busy quite a bit in the last couple of years, putting my own place in. Now that I'm in, I am finding a little bit more time to do maybe something like this. We also do, I guess, civic wise. We do I don't know if you heard of the little butterfly kits that they give out. I don't know if you've seen those or not. Anyways, our company allows us to try to get 14 of them,
Mhm.
and I donate them to the local school every year. So they get a little kit, little caterpillars, little
Mhm.
butterflies, that whole 9 yards.
okay.
This last year, I was able to get our company to donate $1,000 to the South Benton Food Pantry.
Nice.
So
Good.
just trying to get my feet wet and involvement now that I'm settled in the house, so in the
Yeah.
community. So
Thank you.
You're up next.
Okay, why are you interested in serving on the Monroe City Council?
Well, like I said, now that I'm more established where I'm at, try to be a little more, as you can tell, be a little more involved in my community by doing a few volunteer things. And I think I might have some good input on helping our community move forward and growing and not getting too big. Don't want to see, we want to find that happy medium, you know? Otherwise, we can't afford somebody like Steve.
All right. What unique skills, experience, or qualifications could you bring to the city council position? And how will your skills and knowledge contribute to the council's work?
So I guess my involvement was something similar to this is where I currently where I am employed, we are also a union. So I've served on the union as a guard. I'm currently serving as the recording secretary in our union. I'm also a shop steward for our union. So I also sit on a planning committee for, we have a safety conference once a year in Portland, and it's put on for pulp paper, forest product workers. And I sit on that committee as a planning member. So.
Excellent. Cool. Counselor Winther, who's online, has a lot of experience with being involved in union committees too.
So the next question is, could you please name 3 qualities a Monroe City Councilor should possess?
Well, the first one comes to mind is obviously honesty. Need to be able to put themselves forward with the community and listen to the community's ideas, and trying to come up with resolutions that benefit hopefully the majority. What was the other part? I'm sorry.
Just 3 qualities
On
that
the
a Monroe City Councilor should possess. I think you're kind of, you're there. You're good.
okay.
Yeah. I understand that some of the work you have to do out at International. I worked at Pope and Talbot for
Oh yeah,
quite a few years.
my ex-father-in-law used to work there.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I remember.
Torrance.
Yeah. Henry?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know Henry. I was his manager.
He passed a little over a year ago.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
I was wondering because I haven't heard from him
Yeah.
for a while. Sorry.
No.
Got me going now.
Sorry,
Henry was one of my favorites.
he was mine too.
If you could make one change or improvement in the city of Monroe, what would it change? What would that change or improvement be?
Probably, I think a city needs to be built off community involvement. So if we can get as many people involved in our community as we can, it helps the group as a whole.
I like that. Thank you.
That is so important and so difficult.
Yes.
We would love that.
Where I work, if
Mhm.
I can interject,
Yeah.
even though I am a certified millwright there, I am currently in a special assignment. I'm the safety advocate, which I have to go, which I enjoy doing. I have over 300 employees on the plant site that I interact with, not everyone daily, but a lot daily. And of course, I take it very personal on the safety of them, that I make sure that throughout their day or whatever may be going on through a project or something being engineered or whatnot, that obviously that they're safe and that nobody gets hurt. Everybody goes home the way they came to
Yeah.
work. So that's
Lock out,
key for
tag out.
me. I take it personal. So
Mhm.
Alrighty. What do you believe are the current challenges and opportunities facing the city of Monroe? And pick one and tell us how you would address it.
ooh, addressing it. Well, it sounds like to me the budget's the biggest challenge of a small town. And addressing it is, bringing in more taxes, which I know we all love more taxes, but it's an unfortunate evil that helps keep us running. But in doing so, you have to have more, in my mind, more individuals living within your city. But like I said earlier, we got to find that happy medium to where we're not too big or too small. So we just need to be able to bring in enough and to take care of what we need to take care of and save. So,
Nice.
Lots of planning projects coming up.
oh, yeah.
What is your approach to making informed decisions on complex issues?
Ooh. I guess I would have to say I would want to try to gather as much input and ideas from people. And obviously, everybody's going to have a different opinion. And I think the key there is that we all listen to each other's different opinions and respect them. And then in doing so, we obviously come to a mutual agreement, and like we're doing here today and voting on those items. So.
Great, thank you.
Okay, this is a long one. Bear
Uh-oh.
with me. If you need me to repeat this at any time, please don't hesitate to ask. Do you have any interest in or participate in any professional or personal activity that could lead to or be perceived as a conflict of interest if you become appointed as a city councillor? If yes, could you please explain?
Well, that's a weird, open-ended question.
Oh,
What kind of activity? You have to give me an example of an activity that might be questionable.
Have like maybe like a personal business operating within the
Nope.
city or?
Personal business.
For instance, as an example
Or any-
would be if we.
I get where you're going
Contracted
now.
If
You know,
were a
I don't have any
contractor that-
property, any business property investment inside the city limits. I have my own personal property. I don't plan on opening a business. I have I think a very lucrative career where I'm at with a good retirement. So, and insurance.
And if my understanding is correct, you can still have those things. You would just need to be able to recuse yourself from
Yes,
voting.
yes,
So
yeah.
if those
Right.
topics were to
Yeah,
come up.
full
So it's okay
disclosure.
to own commercial property and still be involved on council. You
Mhm.
just
Yeah,
need to know
we're
when to step
required to
aside.
actually
Disclose.
that,
disclose
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And I would understand that for sure.
Like
Yes.
I own stock in a place and I have to disclose that even though it's hundreds of miles away.
Mhm.
So, my question, and I think this is going to be an easy one for you because being a shop steward, I know what kind of controversial stuff you probably had to deal with. Can you share an example of a time you had to navigate a controversial topic and how you handled it?
Well, as you said, being a shop steward, it can be quite conflictual between salary and hourly employees.
Mm.
So you tend to have to sit and be, one individual I can think of right offhand that I've had to sit in with quite a few times. He refers to me as his lawyer. It's not a matter of trying to get them out of trouble. I think it's a matter of understanding and finding the root cause that got them into trouble. And then having those conversations with salary and the individual, and that way they both can come to a mutual understanding.
Making an educational moment.
Mhm. Yes.
As a compensation analyst, I'm very interested in the salary versus hourly thing and I
This
want to
is
ask
where
more.
I'm kind of new at it, being in this role for about 2
Okay.
years. And so
Yeah.
that's basically my job daily is that to make sure, try to alleviate that conflict between the salary and the union hourly. And I tell people I have to keep myself neutral.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter who they are, if I hunt with them or fish with them or whatever I do, I'm a neutral party. And that's all there is to it. We've
Yeah.
got rules to follow. We've got, for a reason. So
It's more
Clock
like
out for
exempt
you.
versus non-exempt.
Right. And yeah,
it's tricky,
it's not always salaried exempt though. You can be salaried non-exempt. Anyway.
very tricky.
It is true.
I'll be asking the last two questions. So hold on to your seat. Okay. City council regularly meets at 6 p.m. on the second and fourth Mondays of each month, and each meeting lasts about 2 hours. If you're selected as a city councilor, you are also expected to chair or co-chair one committee and participate in at least 2 city committees. This is approximately 68 hours per month of your time that you're volunteering. With your schedule, would you be able to regularly attend the city council meetings, the work session, committee meetings? You think you could handle that?
So there obviously one's tonight.
Mhm.
Correct.
So this is what, Monday? You said how many, twice a month?
2 weeks ago, we
Yeah,
we
so
had
we
a
have
work session.
the second
So they're
Monday.
on
and-
Mondays?
Yes,
Okay.
correct.
Just curious. I got union meetings twice a month too, but they're on Thursdays.
Okay,
So
good.
no conflict.
Okay, good.
So,
The work session also.
Yeah, that's on the second Monday.
Mhm.
Yep. Okay. And the committee meetings will work out okay?
Yeah.
They're less frequently. They're kind of on a different.
so obviously I'm still working for a living. My schedule,
Get that.
so my schedule for the
Totally
most
get it.
part, I'm off at 4:30, so
Okay.
I can make these. It's 45-minute drive. My standard days off are Fridays through Sunday, so I work 10.
We
11
generally,
hours.
as a rule, we don't do anything on the
I
weekends.
hope not.
And we generally, we avoid Fridays if we have to.
There are events that we try to.
Yeah, there's events.
Well,
Events are
yeah,
one
if
thing.
there's city
Yeah.
events or something.
That's
then we
that's
try to
another story.
support.
That's like fun.
That's like fun stuff.
So,
Yeah.
you know.
Okay, it's like a hidden thing in there. or-
No, it's like a Christmas light parade, you know.
Like when they have
Yeah,
their
yeah.
Mhm.
yearly thing here, the
The
Mhm.
festival. Yep.
festival.
Okay, that's,
Did I answer that?
you did.
Okay.
Yes, you did. So, yes. Okay, last question. All in my favorite.
Mhm.
All right. There may be occasions when individuals residing inside or outside of the city of Monroe will take to social media and post negative comments, concerns, rants, or worse, other discussions and decision. They're basically ranting or raving over decisions and discussions that city council has made. Many times the posters are spreading misinformation and do not contact City Hall, myself, or any member of the city council to get the facts. As a city councilor, this is a two-part question. How do you handle this situation on social media?
Well, seems I don't do a whole lot of social media.
Well,
That's gonna kind of eliminate
that is
most
a good
of,
answer.
most of that anyways. I do not post on,
Okay,
I mean, I have friends on, but anyways, yeah.
okay. That's good. I would advise that you
Yeah.
don't. So part two, how would you handle the same situation as a city councilor if someone, instead of taking to social media and posting that negative comment, concern, rant, or whatever about city council, they came up to you, to your face in person while you were walking your dog or walking home from dinner? How would you handle that?
Well, hopefully we would have a nice conversation. I deal with what I call, I don't use the words complaint, and that's what I tell people at work. I use the word concerns. They're
Mhm.
sharing concerns, not
Right.
complaints.
Mhm.
So I think, like I said earlier, my current position is taking concerns constantly.
Good.
And then we talk about them.
Mhm.
You know, sometimes it takes 5 minutes, sometimes it takes an hour.
Mm-hmm.
I can't think of any in the last, knock on wood, last couple of years that have escalated in anything violent, or I think the outcomes have come out.
Good.
You know, they may not be completely happy, but they understand.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that's the key thing. It's just, you know, they understand, they can still be unhappy, but they understand that, you know, that's how it is.
Okay. Good.
Can I say from personal experience, it's really hard to not want to respond. And what I've had to learn recently is to just
Listen.
hear, yep,
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
listen to
Right.
concerns, not complaints, but concerns, and then not respond, since we are all supposed to respond as a unified voice.
Mhm.
So that gets
Mhm.
hard to separate feelings from our role.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Okay. So in conclusion, do you have any comments for us
Or questions.
or questions or
Well, I've sat
concerns?
in a couple meetings in here so far, so I kind of got a little bit of a gist how this is. I mean, it sounds like obviously there's a lot more going on than what I was involved in earlier.
We fight all the time. No, I'm kidding.
Perfect. Set up a cage in here.
Yeah, right?
So I like it.
Would you like to know what the pay is?
So
Would you like
I'm
to-
sure if I'm chosen, and I will have more questions in the future. At this time, I do not
Okay.
have any
Okay.
questions for anything.
All right.
Thank you, Brian.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. All right. You're out of the hot seat for now.
Thank you.
Okay. So we can talk about them now.
Oh, good. Let's talk about it.
Good answers.
Yes.
Okay, so we have two vacancies at this point. Hold on a second. Need to point to my child.
The beanstalk.
Yes.
Oh,
Anyway, we have two vacancies on the city council. So far, pardon me for a moment. Have a seat. Stay a while. Anyway, continuing. Anyway. So, so far, Mr. Ray has applied. We haven't had any other applications as of yet. I've been asking, I've been turned down once with someone else. I don't know if anybody else has approached.
Counselor
welcome.
Winther and I have approached somebody who has expressed interest but is not committed.
Okay. All right. Well,
Yeah,
keep
I
me
was turned
posted.
down.
You were turned down too. I'm part of that club too.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll keep moving forward. Mr. Ray was very kind. He answered all of our questions.
I
Answered
think
them
at this
well.
point, we can make a decision, don't you?
I think so
All
too.
right.
Mhm,
Okay.
Absolutely.
I'll make a motion that we accept Mr. Ray as a counselor.
Okay.
I second.
Okay. All right. Any questions, comments before you guys vote? No? Okay. Counselor Linder.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Counselor Cuthbertson.
Yes.
Okay. Counselor Myers.
Yes.
Counselor Williams.
Yes.
Counselor Winther.
Yes.
Okay. A little bit of drama, a little pause, dramatic pause there. Okay. Okay, so we can't swear him in tonight though, can we? We probably have to do this.
If memory serves, I got sworn in 2 seconds later, so I'm not
I don't think we're,
Actually, you can.
Just has to get you the paper.
Get you the paper, that's all. That's the.
right.
Isn't there a spot? Get a spot.
There's a seat right here.
Yeah, come on.
He's gotta get sworn in first.
Come over here.
You can
and-
sit over here though.
Yeah, you can absolutely sit.
Have it on a phone?
Welcome.
Yes.
Am I
Or we
swearing him
can
in or are
share
you
or
swearing
here.
him in?
Well, we need to get the.
Or is
That one
Counselor
closer?
Cuthbertson swearing him in?
No, you do it. You're the mayor.
You swore me in.
Well, somebody had to.
Nice, okay, appreciate that.
When I was mayor for 3.5 seconds, I had to do it.
Right?
I know, right?
Let's see if
you
I
find
can
a
actually
script?
Find the script.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it was just like in January too.
So it's just like in the movies. So when he says, I state your name, you don't say state your name. You say your name.
If you wish, it would take me about 3 minutes to get it.
Yeah,
Would
that's
you like me to
fine.
do that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's fine.
then I will excuse
Okay,
myself.
we're taking a brief pause for station
I like it.
identification.
I like it.
Appropriate.
We don't want to give him an opportunity to rethink it.
Lock
Let's
the
get
door,
this locked down. Oh, right into the chair. My goodness. Oh, yes,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
yes, where'd they
I
end
think-
up?
I
Right down
think
there.
Steve's got it, yeah.
Yeah, how am I gonna get that to you? What's gonna work best? Your phone number. Okay, hang on just a second. Let me put my glasses on and find my notes page.
Do you know if you'll be offering this again? Because I'm going to be out of the country on that particular day, but I'm very interested. So,
Yes.
Okay.
We will do.
Oh, good, that's great.
Okay, your name,
Michelle.
Michelle. L-E or L-L-E? Okay, okay. And then your phone number.
541
Uh-huh,
979
uh-huh.
0402.
Perfect. And then I will, do you text? Do you get? Okay, so I'll take a picture of the event and then send that picture
A
to
blank piece of
you.
paper
And then
that we fold
you'll
in
have my
half and
information
put
too. But
Brian
yeah, I
Ray
think,
on it.
I don't know if my friend's
Okay.
putting it on or what, but they have quite a group with the
Mm.
Long Tom Grange
But you know what, maybe
people over there. And they've been really
Myers
working on
might-
Oh, yeah, when
emergency
he comes over, we
preparedness
can
and
ask him.
stuff. And so if you guys can
Well, yeah.
kind of get together, that would be really great.
Um,
Yeah, any kind of collaboration and making it all work.
Counselor
Yeah,
Myers.
yeah,
do you have a piece
perfect.
of
Awesome,
paper
thank
that
you.
You could spare us?
Yes.
No, that'd be awesome.
What, you gonna make an airplane?
No, we're gonna make
I'll make him
a,
a sign.
we're gonna make them a sign.
Oh, I love
I'm gonna let
it.
you write your name and everything on it.
Oh. You work fast.
It's like moving a
Fastest we've
little
ever
too
worked.
quick for me, I think.
Oh my gosh, they had me voting
Like speed
and I
dating or
went, I've
something.
been there like 2 seconds. And they're like, yeah, we think she's good. Okay, swear her in. And
Yeah,
My husband's texting going, how did it go? And I'm up there going, I can't answer you. I'm
Okay.
Voting.
city
So
council.
I moved out. Obviously, I was married
Like
to my
that.
daughter for years and then divorced, but anyways. but
Okay,
was
I gotta make sure I
on,
spell his
I
name
was-
right.
yeah, I was out there anyways, but So I.
Do we want both names, right?
Right.
He just
I
kept
can spell that.
progressing.
It's R-A-Y, right?
He finally
Ask
fell.
him.
R-A-Y, right?
Yes. You know, and he fell one last time, and he just couldn't recover,
Yeah.
so.
I saw him about a year and a half, maybe almost 2 years ago now.
Yeah.
But I mean, I lost my brother last.
Look at that. Wait a minute.
I can't write
Why did
counselor on it yet.
Yeah.
Oh, I could have. I don't know what I
Yeah,
was
it
thinking.
was-
That's all right. No, this is good.
on
That's
Well, I
good.
can't
Look
put
like
counselor
that.
on
Look,
it yet
it's
'cause we didn't
perfect.
Swear at him
Can't
yet.
smoke that much.
I would have done the same thing. I would, he did it better than I would have ever done it, so.
Trying to say he was down there, and it's like, you know, it's-
You have great handwriting too. It's very
Oh.
legible.
Thank you. I didn't even put my glasses on. I should have. I didn't write counselor on it because we haven't sweared at him yet.
No. Swear at him,
No.
Okay.
He actually retired when they laid us off.
Poor Steve.
Went to work with John.
I
We
should
want to
have-
do it right now.
We actually got
Chomping at the bit, what can I say?
I know, right?
basket full of paper.
Just to have the
Yeah.
seats full.
Mhm.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Was it Mitt Whitmire?
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, he just came out here about a year or so, year and a half ago.
I was
Probably been a while since you.
I was a buyer.
Oh,
I
Did you
worked there
get
from
that thing that I
96
sent you that I was
to
talking
2009
to
Okay.
Michelle
so
about
he's-
with
yeah,
the
and
the
then,
disaster thing?
with that
I think I
Cascade
sent it to you on the
Cove thing,
Facebook thing.
you know.
and then the
Yes, I
codes
think I did
and-
get
Okay,
it.
yeah. So
Yeah.
just because I
Well,
know
the
we've been
codes-
talking about it,
Yeah.
I know
Actually
that
have
there's that
cousins that are-
happening. So
Right.
it was worth a mention, or if we wanted
Same
to throw it
spelling,
on the
but
website
Disaster
or whatever.
conversations, just love them.
Yeah, I
My
know, but
great-grandfather
at least
um,
that's something going on in the community
World
for
War
people
I,
if they want to.
moved to the West
Yeah.
Coast and changed pronunciation.
Yes.
because
Look
of
into
all
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Understood.
So,
Yeah.
and they might be good to kind
Yeah.
of partner with too as we move forward.
Yeah,
Definitely.
they kind of take over things.
Oh, yeah.
Who owns that now? Yeah, I thought it was Chinese or something.
It is, it's a Cascade Pulp paper, but it's the Chinese. that own it.
I can't hear you
So,
in a while. No,
you probably knew Steve Murphy.
I can only go as fast as these people let
Yeah,
me
he
go.
ended up leaving, went out on a medical.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, his- is it knees or feet? I can't
Gone?
remember. One of the two.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah. There was a lot of guys and I'm trying to remember all their names, but it's like.
Well, then it's better than
Yeah.
getting a boat and
working for the
paddling
same
home,
place For 16 years. It's like,
right?
Yeah.
There's 25,000 people where I work now.
Yeah.
So. You know, and when. COVID
Let's
hit,
finish up
I mean, like,
mayor.
you know, They sent us all home.
Is he
to
being
have to work from home.
disrespectful?
Yeah. Oh, you gotta work from home?
Please.
Yeah.
Sergeant of Arms.
My hobby room is my office, so it's like, I don't want to go into my office.
Oh,
Then I'm at work.
Well, I get to take his
We'll have
sister
the
to
planning
Capitol on
commissioner
Thursday.
come over here and wrestle you down.
The commissioner.
Yeah, call him from across the
Fred?
street. Yeah, come over and sit on you.
we're gonna see a list of all
Those are
the.
funny concepts.
Kids, they're great fun, aren't they?
We like
I
to.
have four-legged ones.
Yeah, well, we have those too.
Yeah.
And there are days.
Oh my God.
Four-legged, two-legged.
My brother's kids call me daddy
Looking
too
at the
because
date.
their DNA is exactly like,
One's
I show up as their
32,
dad.
23, The other
Right,
one's
right.
20.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. You guys are twins, so.
yeah,
Sorry.
yeah, identical twins with identical.
You're in that blissful empty nest thing too, huh?
I live, yes, plenty empty nest. I live by myself, so.
Oh.
Totally,
It's
wow.
nice and quiet.
Get to do whatever you
Yeah,
want.
don't need no Spectrum. I got me a
Wow.
Starlink. I know when I was getting all my, a couple years ago or whenever, I was getting them come out and they were, marking the ground and everything, so I can don't cut lines and whatever, telephone come out. He's like, you want to put a line in? I'm like, I'm not gonna insult you, but nobody uses a hard line I don't use a,
Oh, I do, because I have to plug
Well-
into the,
Oh.
yeah. Are you out? or-
well, no, I mean, it's just what they offer here in
Oh.
town. I have
Yeah.
to connect to Wi-Fi through a landline. ironically.
I
That's
think
why I
we're gonna
went.
do
And,
Starlink.
and it's,
That's why I
it's
went
kind of like
Starlink.
$75 for
I
25
need
meg.
something I
You
can
got what
take
you gotta
with
do.
me.
That's what we're
I
saying.
need something I can
And
take
if I'm
with
not
me
mistaken,
when we travel.
Spectrum was offering
I've heard that
a gigabyte
Starlink
for
drops all
$70.
the time.
Yeah.
No?
You have to set it up
If
when,
you
so
remember
that
those
was my first, when I
presentations, that's
first
what I had
bought
on
it.
there.
Right.
And
I'm
then I
like,
thought, well, you
that's
just
gonna
put
either
it south
change
like a
Monroe's
normal dish. Well,
pricing
no,
structure.
No.
you do your
Yeah.
app and so you
Just
see
let it
somebody
go.
wandering around out in their yard
Oh,
doing
right. I
this
know, I work
thing.
from
It's because
home
there's
when
little
I'm
green
not
bubbles on
traveling,
the
so it would be
screen.
nice to have.
And it
Yeah.
shows you where your
Yeah.
optimal. space
Okay,
to
we're
put it.
reconvening. We're gonna go ahead and
I've had it.
People can take pictures, or should we take pictures?
Yeah.
All right,
Where do you want me?
right there.
right here.
Oh, you got it. All right.
Well, or-
Nah, you're in a
Okay.
perfect prime location
Alright.
for it.
Boy, did you tell him he has to give a pint of blood?
Not yet.
I, Brian Wright,
Hi, Brian, all right.
do solemnly swear. Very good. I'm sorry. Do solemnly swear and affirm
You solemnly swear and affirm
that I support
that I support
the Constitution
the Constitution
and the laws of the United States
and the laws of the United States
and the state of Oregon
and the state of Oregon
and of the charter,
and as a charter,
ordinances,
ordinance,
and rules of procedures
rules of procedure
for the city of Monroe,
for the city of Monroe,
and that I will faithfully
and that I will faithfully
and honorably perform
and honorably perform
the duties of the office
the duties of the office
for which I am about to assume
for which I'm about to assume
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Counselor Wright.
Congratulations. Thank you.
All
for
right.
joining.
Do I-
There you go, sir, right
You want
there.
blood? Oh.
Yes, I do.
That's the next thing.
I know.
There you go, sir. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And I
All
took
right.
pictures, so there's proof.
I can't back out of it now. No take backs.
Does that finish our new business?
Yes, we're on old business now.
Wow.
New
We're
business.
zooming.
Yeah, we're zooming. Yeah, we are. Okay,
We are.
all right.
Okay.
So do we have a council packet that we could, or can someone
Here,
share?
I'll share.
Yes, no, I have, I
Council
actually
Venture's right here.
did make, I did
Oh, yeah,
actually make a council.
There's packets flying now, boy.
There's a spare one there already.
So the second page is where
Yep.
we are now.
Yeah, we're on old
We're
business,
right
section
there.
6.
That's yours.
Oh, hey, you got packets flying everywhere.
What do I got?
You're good. So you are here.
Okay.
Okay, old business.
Yep.
Okay, new development update, and I'll have Steve take it over.
Okay, so at this particular point in time, I signed off on the review and signed off on Surge's Pacific National Developments 26 unit permit, DEQ. So that is their next step. Then will be coming before Planning Commission with their plans and for subdivision to finish off the 26. That this is the area between 8th Street, Ash, and 9th. It's that big field that's in there, just to kind of the south east of south east of Torrance property. And so they're going to be putting 26 units in there. I also spoke with Ross Boschler. He's the gentleman who owns the 12, that's North Santiam Paving. They own the 12 acres to the east of Red Hills, between East Red Hills and Dragon School, Elementary School. They gave me their preliminary plans for that area. And we also are putting in a sewer there as well, extending a sewer up to property. This is, you approved the sewer extension last meeting. And so we planned that, so it goes right down the street that they'll be using as the extension. So that's already been coordinated with them, and they gave me the plans and the dimensions of that. So it will fit very nicely there. I have plans on my desk right now for Mr. Bounds Kelly Street property. That's the multi-family apartments. I also have on my desk the preliminary plans for the, or actually the plans for approval for the 23 units going between Mill Street and Oak Street by the mayor.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Because that's what we have known as the Kathy Loving property.
Mhm.
So all of those are on my desk as we speak. Today, Mr. Rose got his partition papers, so he's building on 8th and Main Streets. He wanted to partition his property so he can start building a home for himself and his wife there. And the last up is Mr. Oaks and his 5-unit partition decision papers, and that's going out this week.
Where is
So-
that one located?
That
Right
one's
across from me.
located by Counselor Meyer's house on
Okay.
Depot, at the end of Depot.
Okay.
Okay, so those are all in process right now. Everything that I just did, the one that's at probably the tail end is the 12-acre between Red Hills and between and Dragon. But all the rest of them are in some level of process of either being finished and ready for building or shortly some sort of development going on. Everyone's interested in moving those developments forward. The big issue, of course, for us is, the expansion. Those will, with the exception of the 12-acre property, which we're still in discussion
Mhm.
phases now with that. With that exception, the others do fill up our current
Mhm.
water plant capacity, if you will, without making changes. We are in the process right now of putting in extra, as you know, extra filtration units and things to handle the capacity. I still have not done the analysis of timing in terms of shift work. Right now, we are running and will probably be running this summer. We have our utility one worker working, Chuck, working earlier in the morning, because that suits him, and then Mark finishes up in the afternoon. So that does, we can overlap that way and run the plant 10 hours a day if necessary. Right now, if we run long, it's simply because the water is cold and we can't run the plant as hard as we can in the summertime. Of course, in the summertime, people use water. So we're still running the plant longer. So these are considerations as we move along that I've been talking also with Chuck Schultz. He is our DRC for the city and also a very valuable font of knowledge with his 25 years of engineering. So we've been particularly on the wastewater side of it, so that we have a good handle on how that's supposed to progress, so that we can upgrade that and maintain it for an increased population. Yes, sir.
A little question on the water agitator that we were looking at.
Yes.
Is that going to be done in time to help these?
Oh, it's going to be done here. Actually, we have the electrician going up there this week. And then we're just waiting on that, and it's scheduled to go in place.
Good, thank you.
Yes, very quickly, as a matter of fact. I want it in place so that by the time we get to our May and June DPD, we have that, and we'll get that as our first example of what that does.
Okay, good.
This is the aerators?
Yes.
That's the mixing, yeah. So both the
Mixing
mixing and a
Okay.
aerosol.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it both mixes the tank, and then it sprays water out like a little water fountain, but it's inside, of course.
Okay,
And
Do we have to put aerators on our ponds too, though?
that's what I was thinking.
okay, on the lagoons.
Yeah, the
yes.
lagoons.
Once we get about more than 50 homes more in here.
But that's about 50 where we're going to be at. That's not including the,
56 homes is what we're looking at right now,
Okay.
not including that area to the east of
yeah.
that, which is about another 20 homes.
okay. So that's going to put us at capacity.
It will put us at capacity, and at that point, as it stands right now.
Okay.
So, at that point, you need to look at, for instance, we have the Brickyard
Mhm.
people. Now, I did talk to them, and they're revamping their
Mm.
123 units they wanted to put in. I simply explained to them that, thank you, however, that's a lot of units, and we simply don't have,
Mhm.
I said, it's not just water and sewer at that point. It's police, it's fire, it's other things that we have to deal with
Right.
as well. And it grows the city, I think, beyond its means.
Yeah.
That we can handle at the moment. although they do intend them to be separate tax lots, that's a good thing. There is a point where you reach it if you don't start mixing commercial activity, business in with your residents.
Yeah.
Then you don't hit that sweet spot
Right.
very
Yeah.
easily. You spend more money than you do on
Mhm.
maintaining. As I talked, you're gonna need 3 or 4 public works people, and you may not have the revenue from your
Right.
water system. Then you have to raise rates for everybody else to compensate for it.
And then we're just a bedroom community without a destination for people to come.
Exactly. There's no
Mhm, without
destination. You really
businesses.
do need that economic development to tail in.
Mhm.
However, as we've also learned, that you need to have just enough people, somewhere around that 1,200 to 1,500, that businesses will say,
Mhm.
yes, you meet our criteria, your demographic is what I want. We'll come in and build that raised market. We'll build those different
You
things.
could provide a market here.
Right. So lots going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Okay.
I'm trying to even imagine how the Brickyard could get developed with that many units without it becoming a sinkhole. I mean, it's already a sinkhole. Like
They would
just-
have to put so much dirt.
Yeah.
I
They'd have
think
to
as,
fill it.
I think as the Economic Development Committee suggested, be a much better arena
Yeah.
or an amphitheater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're gonna need, I think we figured 3 months, solid months, 4 trips a day from one of those double tandem dump
Mm.
trucks
Say,
to fill that pit, 14 foot deep in the middle.
Crazy.
all right. Okay.
Oh, one more
Yes.
item, just because I want to make sure that it's in there. I will be going to the Planning Commission Monday and talking about our expedited UGB. Now, there is a process for that. And it's not necessarily an easy process, but I have to get their permission first, then it has to come back to you. Once it comes back to you, I can file with the I can file with the DLCD.
Mm.
So they want your permissions before they get it. That's kind of the first step with it. Otherwise, once it goes beyond that, we have to have some public hearings. And then it comes back for final approval. So it really, from their viewpoint, getting 50 acres into your city is, yes, you need to show there's a need for it, but it's more about you saying yes, the planning commission concurring, basically, you saying, yes, we concur with the planning commission, and also having public meetings,
Mhm.
at least one, but would prefer 2, but at least one town hall or something that says, yes, we have engaged the community and they're on board with us as well, or this is how we're going to address whether issues. Once that happens, then the UGB gets expanded. It doesn't necessarily mean anything at that point until it gets annexed.
Right.
So then you have to go through the annexation process on top of that to actually say that that land is now zoned and available for building. So it's kind of a multi-layer process. But this expedited UGB is something that was just passed about 1.5 years ago. The rules are available, but there are several, it's a multi-step process to put it in place. We will kick that off this next week.
And am I incorrect that we were actually going to trade land so that the acreage or the mileage, square mileage wasn't changing? We were just kind of swapping?
That was the original intent until
Okay.
until 1.5 years ago, this expedited UGB idea came forth. What they want to
Okay.
do is make, if this is approved, the
Mhm.
expedited process, then 20% of it needs to be 20% of the development, not 20% of the land, but 20% of the development needs to be affordable housing.
Okay,
Now, I'm putting that in quotation marks. I don't exactly know what that means.
got it.
Okay, so that's
Okay.
still
We should
to
probably
be
look into
determined.
that.
But it needs to be affordable. Now, I'm gonna say that that's probably rental units.
Mhm.
If you go through South Corvallis and
Oh, yeah.
or just
Mhm.
after the school, you see the big complex,
Mhm.
Yep.
affordable, that was part of the South Corvallis
Right.
Development Affordable Housing
Okay.
Initiative. So that's what has to be done. We would also probably put a master development in with that as well. So that also accounts, that also puts paths, parks, green space, open space in with that planning initiative as well. But that would be for the developer. Initially, we just are simply bringing it into expanding the UGB. And then at that point, we go through the annexation process.
Okay.
And then a developer will take it and give us their plans just as they have. Then we have to also deal with,
Mhm.
infrastructure and all those pieces.
Is there interest in that?
High interest.
Okay.
Both, both Pacific National Development, North Saniam, and Randy Myers of Brownstone have all said they would be very interested. That's highly developable land
Mhm.
out there. And the county commissioners, last I spoke, were on board
Okay.
because of the issues with the septic
Right.
in particular,
we talked about
coming
that.
down the hill.
Yeah.
So and I know Red Hills is also,
Yep.
particularly those on 10th Street,
Yes.
are
Yes.
also highly interested in having city control
Mhm.
of that. So
Yes.
I just want to let you know that we've talked about it a lot, and everyone is essentially on board with moving forward with it. So it'll be to them, then to you, then to public comment, somewhere in between. I've spoken enough with the DLCD to know that it's not that onerous of a
Okay.
process, but we do have to follow their
Yeah.
guidelines.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's development
Okay.
in a nutshell,
In a nutshell. It's a big nutshell.
a large nutshell.
Yes. Yes. Okay. Next on the agenda is city administrator position update. Counselor Linder, did you want to?
Yeah, I mean, I'll start it. I think that we've got the position description dialed in based on the last feedback that we received from you about the city recording function needing to be included in that PD. So I feel pretty confident that we have a description of work ready to be posted once we figure out this budget piece that you mentioned
Right.
earlier tonight. So I think that probably dovetails into 6.3 supplemental budget hearing unless there's something else I'm missing, but we're ready to post. We're just waiting for the funding info and that's a complex beast.
Yes.
So anything you want to,
I've read Counselor Linder has been sharing that with me throughout this process. So I believe that what's posted is quite, it fits everything that is needed from a city administrator.
and thank you for helping us write it because you,
Not a problem. I
you
mean, I
shared with us what was needed. So
like I said earlier with us learning, with like Dawn learning trial by fire, that was me too. So,
yeah.
you learn a lot
Yeah.
doing this process. So the second part of that is, of course, is, figuring out the budget.
Mhm.
Yes.
So that takes us to 6.3. We
Yeah,
need to have a
it
hearing,
does.
public hearing.
My suggestion is, my recommendation to council is to hold a budget committee meeting,
Mhm.
even if that at the moment is the council, and whoever else you can. And so it could, the budget as a whole can be discussed. Certainly, while I can provide that third person or second person to Public Works, and perhaps it'd be nice to be here for 20 years. That's probably not in the projections.
Yeah.
But so what we need to do is find out how that's going to work. And the mayor and I have talked a little bit about it.
We have.
There are options available to council, but I think the first step is probably to sit down with the budget and find out what we actually have and how we can make that work and how can it be molded to make it work? Maybe sometimes we look at things
Mhm.
this way, and in reality, if we look outside the box a little bit, we can find another set of alternatives that will meet exactly what you're after without going backwards, but still try to move ourselves forward.
What kind of notice do we have to have for that meeting?
For a budget committee meeting, I believe that is
10 days?
Yes, 10 days. Yeah, I'm trying to think. The supplemental is different. This would not be supplemental. This would
Right.
not be a supplemental,
Right.
but that might come from that.
Right.
Right.
But this really is a 10-day notice. This would be the same as what we're doing is we're sitting down and convening the budget committee for the purpose of not of making a new budget, for the purpose of examining this budget and finding out how it's supposed to work.
So that would be 10 days, but staff needs to compile information for that, correct? Timeline on that, because that's gonna be,
That's what we have spent almost all month up to this point today doing that. So we are at this point ready to proceed.
oh, okay.
Okay, so in 10
perfect.
days you should be.
Yeah,
Cool.
we're fine. Actually, that was the goal, was to get it done by today.
So should
Okay.
we make an agreement to post it tomorrow for 10 days from then?
It needs
Is
to
it
be
10 business
posted.
days or 10?
I
need
believe
to
it's
move
10
on it.
calendar days. I'm gonna double check on that to make sure, because this is a little unusual because we're in a biennial now,
Right,
not in a annual. So let me make sure, but I believe it is 10 days.
okay.
But if you say do it, I will post it and then I'll come back to you and say, here's what we have. So if we look at calendar wise here, let's
We have
pull the
to vote on that.
calendar up.
So Thursday, the 6th.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So the 6th would be the first day that we could have it. If I post, excuse me, tomorrow, 1, 2, 3, 4, you can count the day that you post it. That's the first thing.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, 6 would be the very Thursday, the 6th would be the first day. And then anytime after that.
I don't know what everybody's availability is for March 6th.
I'm
I've
available.
got, I've got a vet appointment for my 2 dogs late in the afternoon, so I might be late, but I
Okay.
can attend.
You'll have to
Late.
bring the pizza, sorry. I'm kidding, I'm
Or the
kidding.
Kidding.
Wait a minute. Okay, all right. Anybody else have a conflict there?
I'm good on the 6th.
I am too.
Okay. What about you, Counselor?
I think so.
Okay.
Mine is
What
so,
about you, new counselor?
I never know.
I'm at GOSH conference in Portland that
Oh.
week.
Oh.
So
Okay,
I come back the 6th, but I don't know.
You could
exactly what
also always hold it on the 10th on your work session as well.
Yeah, what about
that'll work.
that?
let's do that instead.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
let's do that.
Perfect.
We'll have things ready for you.
Okay, very good. All right,
We can talk real fast.
okay. Sure. All right, so that's gonna be our budget committee meeting, which will be on work session night.
Are we
That
doing
work-
it before the work session or after, or just sort of
Part of it.
part of it
It's gonna be a
rolled
long
into it?
one.
In conjunction with, should we have the budget meeting and then have the work session, or how do you think we should do that?
I think you should probably start with the, maybe you go through your updates, which should be fairly quick,
Okay, so the work session,
but then go right into it,
with the
because
budget.
this is,
okay,
this runs your city.
Yeah, this is
Yeah, it's
very time
important.
sensitive.
You have some really critical things
Right.
to
Oh,
discuss,
absolutely.
understand, and decisions to move forward, which may impact everything.
Yeah.
okay. Okey dokey, sounds good, okay. All right, John is here. Can you give us a quick 11:35 dam project? Dam removal project, and the dam project?
Drop stuff.
I think it's very clever how they signed you in before you could second guess everything. So, but
Sneaky.
congratulations and thank you. Yeah, so real quick, 11:35 project. It's back on track with all the funding and the agreement signed again. They had their meeting was scheduled on the 11th of this month. I think the, quick update is kind of the activities currently underway. The Army Corps is currently surveying all the culverts that connect or do not connect, or nobody knows what they do with the sloughs at this point. They want a good understanding of the culverts. The contact with ODOT engineers have been established. This relates to hardening the piers. So that work has begun. So they have a good understanding of what's required in the specs for making that happen. The Longtime Watershed Council is prepping and getting ready. In fact, may have gone out already an RFP for the water intake engineering group that will design the water intake. I did share with the current group of engineers all of the city attributes that were discussed with the advisory committee and presented here. Many of those are outside the scope of the project, but it's important that they have those so they can, as they start designing, so they can start looking at least not how to make it more difficult, but also create the foundational work for those. we had a discussion of the need and kind of how best to bring forward to this body the kind of decisions that have to be made as we go forward. I'll need to sit down with the mayor and city administrator to kind of figure out how best to do that. The recommendation or suggestion was made that at the 30% design phase, that's kind of preliminary, but it's a good time to kind of look at the overall design, both the Army Corps design and the water intake design should be done at about the same time, so we can understand how those mesh together. And that might be a good time to take a moment to do a deep dive into what it looks like and what the design is. There'll probably be a few decisions that the council will have to make in order to be factored into the 30%. One of those right now is whether the city is interested in retaining the head wall on the east side of the river. In the feasibility study, that was said it would be left there, but as the engineers work on that project, they raise questions of safety. It's a very kind of it's probably a very steep drop and be quite a far drop. And then how to stabilize the riverbank there and how to accommodate things like easy access from that side for people to get close to the river. So those are decisions that's one example of a decision that we should provide to the Army Corps while they're working on the 30%. There may be a few more of those. So I'd like to work with the mayor and look at like when do we bring the advisory committee back together and and can we bring some of this information forward for these specific decisions, and if it makes sense to really schedule time at 30% to do a deep dive into what's being proposed and see how the water intake and the project kind of meshes together. So very preliminary, but that activity is underway and things seem to be moving.
Okay.
All right, so thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, John.
Questions or anything at this point?
I don't think
No,
so.
I think we're good for the moment. Thank you, sir. Are we okay with skipping 6.5 and 6.6 since now we have a Firewise event going on? Are we okay with skipping those on the agenda?
Well, question, 6.5 is more than just fire though, right?
Yes.
I mean, it could be other things too.
I actually have a crisis management plan draft ready for you.
Oh,
Do you?
excellent.
Okay.
Awesome.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
I thought I'd hand that out at the work session for you to review.
Okay.
Wonderful.
Okay. Second here, guys. Okay. All right. Have we heard back from Gomberg's office on the DEQ update at all?
No, but I did hear that the Courtney Brown, the person that was handling it for the state, has moved on to something else.
Surprise.
So
Hey,
maybe she got an email from Mr. Musk. I don't know. So we have a new lady who emailed me last week asking me about it. And so I responded and said, well, we have talked to Mr. Gomberg's office. I haven't heard anything back yet.
Okay.
So we're still in communication.
Okay. Well, I am going to be at the Capitol on Thursday. My daughter's part of a home group and their group is going to Salem. We're going to we have an appointment with Representative Gomberg and we do have one with Senator Anderson. So
Check in,
I
but
can
at
check
this
in
point,
with-
we are talking to a new DEQ
okay,
person.
well, I bet he knows that, but
There's-
okay.
And there might even be more DEQ.
Okay.
We'll see.
So we have a new contact person now. Okay. All right. Yeah, I think I'll take 6.8 off the agenda after this month, but I just wanted to leave it on there. It's about the lodging tax. There was some confusion. Just to clarify one more time, it's a tax only. The tax only applies to short-term rentals under 30 days. That's all on that.
And we are signed up with the Oregon Internal Revenue Service to collect those taxes.
Okay, great.
Cool.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna go down to section 7, city events and other happenings. Right now, the only thing that's on the calendar is the festival. Right now, it is slated for Saturday, October 4th. There's an email address there if anybody has any inquiries about the festival. Beyond that, other business, we'll jump down to committee reports. We just talked about budget. Looks like we're gonna have a committee meeting on the 10th of March. So there's that. Economic development will be next month on the 20th. We don't have a personnel and finance meeting scheduled. I don't know if
We should do that. We
probably
can do
should
that
do
after
one.
this meeting.
yeah, okay. Ordinance, don't have anything scheduled at the moment. Parks and Public Works.
Nothing scheduled, but I'm hoping that we'll start up again in like March.
Okay, sounds good. Library negotiations, I don't know, I think we can
I think
probably,
you're done.
I think we
think we're
can say
done.
sayonara to Ed. So, all right. Remove that. No, okay. And then our city council work session will be on March 10th, which is when we'll also have our budget committee meeting. So we're down to 8.2, counselor comments. Any counselor comments? Counselor Winther, I'm gonna put you on the
Yes.
spot, sir.
I've got
This is
one.
this is your last city council meeting, sir.
Aw,
Yes.
We're gonna miss
Yeah,
you,
I
man.
did.
Yep.
I'll miss all of you. Yeah, I just wanted to say thank you all for the opportunity. I will be moving back to Monroe in a few years, but it will be a few years. So thank you. If you need anything from me, feel free to get in touch, and I'll see you all soon.
Thanks for
Okay,
all you've done.
yeah,
Yes, thank you for
Thank
all you've
you.
done and best of luck with your future endeavors.
Thank you very much. The best to all of you as well.
yeah, thank you. Take care of yourself. Anybody else?
You as well.
Great, good comment. It's nice to see a handful of people in the crowd tonight. Thank you for being here
Well,
and
2
coming
are
out.
forced, but anyway.
That's okay. However, we got to get him here.
Great when people come to the meetings.
Any other counselors with comments?
No.
I was gonna say thank you for everybody for hanging on with us
Yeah.
late night already. So
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Okay.
And thank you to our new counselor, Ray, for being
Yes.
interested.
Yes, congratulations.
A lot of catch up.
All right, we'll get you caught up. Not a problem. I don't have any comments. I've talked enough tonight. Steve is the only one that talks more than I do, so. It's true. Yeah. Okay, if there is nothing else, we are officially adjourned.
Sure.
All right.
All right, good night, everybody. Have a
Thank
good
you all
evening.
online.